Hi everyone, today we're going to do a little bit of Pilates for the first trimester, focusing on arm strength. So when baby arrives, we're able to sit and hold and feed and do everything that mums need to do. So we're going to first of all just come into our body and we're going to organise our legs in so that they're together, and then we're going to bring the heels together and turn the toes out. That turn out happens at the hip, so we're rotating the thigh outwards. Okay, so from here we're going to bring the elbows right in at the waist and we're going to lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. So we're finding as much length in the body as we can. I want you to visualise kind of hugging your bump in towards you, finding that little bit of lift and support in your centre. Then from here we're going to squeeze the heels together, inhale, float away from the floor and rotate the arms away from the midline of the body. We're then going to exhale to return back down towards the mat slowly with control. Let's inhale, lift and take those hands out, gently strengthening into the upper back, gently squeezing those glutes and then gently coming back down again. So you move at a pace that works for you. You use the breath, so we're coordinating mind, body and breath. Let's keep it going. Inhale, rotate the arms out, rotating that upper arm, squeezing the heels towards each other and then slowly lower back down again. Good, let's do about 3 more here. Inhale to lift and rotate the arms. Exhale, let's come down, keep reaching through the crown of the head. 2. Good, remembering to hug your abdominals in towards you. Last one. And then gently come down, squeezing the heels. From here we're going to add a little bit, so same movement, but this time when we get to the top we're going to exhale, reach the arms away. Inhale, draw them back in like you're in peanut butter and then gently release back to the floor. So by imagining that you're in some peanut butter, you're creating a little bit of resistance, so your hands are reaching away as you drag your elbows back in towards the midline of the body. Good, well done. Good, stretching the arms away, drawing the elbows in, create that resistance, work the muscles under the armpits and come back in and down. Inhale to lift, exhale to reach, inhale, draw the arms in and exhale, lower. Keep it going. Let's do 3 more here. Keep lifting through the back of the head and neck. Good, 2 more. Can start to feel my legs working. Squeeze those glutes. Make sure you've got length working through the pelvis and lower back. Really draw those elbows in, create that resistance and then gently ease yourself back down and relax. So let's take our feet now into a parallel setup. Organise the pelvis in neutral. So in pregnancy this is really important to consider the setup of your pelvis. So you might find that you tilt forwards or go the other way, but what we're looking for is the hip bones and pubic bone to be parallel to the floor, lengthen that lower back. And then from here, in this neutral setup and position, we're going to float the elbows up to shoulder height, palms down towards the floor. And then from here we're going to rotate the upper arm, so the palms will turn in front and then they'll come back down. And again we'll float the arms up and come back down. Good, so you're looking for the maximum range of movement, so the maximum rotation at the arm. Good, keeping the wrist in neutral. So we want the back of the hand and wrist to be flat. Good. Let's keep it going. Let's do 5 more here. Sliding the shoulders away from the ears. 4, 3. Keep lifting through the back of the head and neck. And then hold it at the top on the last one. From here we're going to do like a breaststroke movement. We're going to keep the elbows softly bent, reaching the arms up and then drawing the elbows in at the waist. So again, work with the maximum range of movement you've got available without hunching the shoulders. So we want to keep the shoulders away from the ears, the neck nice and long, lengthen the back of the throat. Nice neutral pelvis, rib hip connection. Let's keep it going. Let's do another 5, 4, keep lifting through the spine, 2, and then last one, and let the arms come down. Give your shoulders a little wriggle. And then from here, we're going to take the arms out, so we're reaching for either side of the room. And what I want you to do is kind of visualize separating those shoulders out onto the corners of the shoulders, making your shoulders as wide as possible. We're then going to look over towards one side and lift that thumb up towards the ceiling. So I'm looking towards my left, lifting my left thumb up, rotating the right thumb down. And then I'm going to turn my head and twist the arms in the other direction. I'm using a breath for each movement, so an inhale to turn, and then an exhale to turn back. Good, so I'm really working mobility into the shoulders, stretching through my arms, keeping length in the back of my head and throat, like I'm being picked up by my ears. Breathing, keeping that connection of the abdominals, trying to maintain neutral pelvis. Good, keep going. Really stretch those arms. Good, lift through the back of the head and throat. Good, let's go for one more in each direction. And then return to the centre and roll the shoulders. Lovely, well done. So from here, we're going to come down onto our mat. So I'm just stepping onto my mat. I'm organising the pelvis in neutral. And you could, depending on size of bump, you could take your feet a little bit wider if you want to. So we're going to inhale here. And then as long as this feels comfortable and safe, you're going to nod your head, flex your neck and roll down bone by bone. So leaning forwards into your roll down, creating space and length. Good, so it might be nice just to hold that position for a second or two, really stretching into the legs and lower back. And then in your own time, we're going to walk the hands forward onto the mat. So we're coming into our 4-point kneeling position. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears, knees underneath hips. Inhale here. As you exhale, tuck that tailbone, squeeze the tailbone down towards the back of the knees, squeezing the sit bones together and then finding that lift in the spine. Inhale, breathe into the back of the ribs and lungs, and then exhale, we're going to gently take it the other direction, so separating the sit bones, articulating the spine, lift the heart, the neck, the nose, just a little bit of extension. Inhale, exhale, tuck, scoop, hollow, roll the spine all the way up. Inhale at the top, let the head hang. And then exhale, let's take it the other direction. Good, we're going to go for one more round of our cat and cow. And I want you to try really hard to find the movement in the lower back. So human nature is to move from the upper back, just where our awareness is. But try if you can to get the lower back to mobilise. Good, lovely. And then from here, return yourself to your neutral, press back and come into a high kneeling position. So from here, we're going to come onto our knees and we're going to find that nice neutral position of the pelvis. So hip bones, pubic bone at a right angle to the floor. Rock your mat. If your knees feel a little uncomfortable, rock your mat up so you've got some more padding and that you are comfortable. And then from here, we're going to engage the ribs, making sure that we've got our tummy switched on. Palms are turned behind us. We're going to gently inhale to take the arms behind. And then as we exhale, we're going to float the arms up, finding that rib cage closure. Inhale, press the arms back. Good. And then exhale, float the arms up. So you're looking directly in front of you. Your gaze would meet the horizon. You've got a lift right through the spine and we're just mobilising the shoulders, opening the chest. So rib cage closure for abdominal connection. And then pressing the hands back for a little bit of a chest expansion. Let's do 3 more here. And then last one, we're going to press the hands back and behind us. And then we're going to crisscross our arms. Breathing steady and smooth. Try and keep the arms nice and straight as you crisscross them behind you. Really working through the shoulders. Keep that neutral pelvis and spine. Breathing. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the arms, coming back to our ribcage closure. And then back to our chest expansion. So the whole time we're trying to make ourselves aware of that neutral connection. Bringing belly button to spine. Lifting through the spine. Trying to keep our body really stable. Let's do 3 more here. And last one. Taking the hands behind, we're going to repeat the crisscross. So press the palms as far as you can behind, make sure your glutes are active, and then crisscross the arms, trying to keep your arms as straight as possible. Keep lifting through the back of the head and neck. Keep the stability of the body and the hips. Really reaching through the fingers. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the arms, coming back to our 4-point kneeling position. So the next exercise, you can layer it up and build the intensity a little bit, as long as that feels good for you. First of all, we're just going to organise neutral pelvis, so it's making sure that hip bones and pubic bone are kind of parallel with the mat, and that you've got that engagement from the ribs towards the hips. So the abdominals are active and we're lifting in and up through our centre. Find length through the back of the head and throat, so we don't want to be looking forwards. We want to keep that length in the back of the throat. And you could keep your hands here, or to make it a little bit more challenging, you walk the hands up the mat just a bit. So I've gone for about 1 hand's length, but you can go further if that feels good. And then you slide your shoulders back over the wrists. We're then going to maintain the position of our body as we gently tap opposite shoulders. So we're looking for the 4 corners of our body to stay still and stable, activating into the core. Keep lengthening the back of the throat. Let's keep it going for 5 more on each shoulder. Breathe. And then last one, and last one. Gently walk the hands back in towards you, back to your box position, and then we want to make sure that the hands are directly underneath the shoulders and not wide of the shoulders. Maintain that position of length through the body, connect the ribs. From here we're going to inhale to bend the elbows, tucking the elbows in towards the rib cage, and then exhale, press the floor away. So a nice tricep press up. Good, so really firing up the back of the arms. Keep length in the back of the throat. Inhale to lower, and then exhale to press. Let's keep it going. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go for 4 more here. Two more. Make sure the rib hip connection stays in alignment and that you're hinging from your hips. Last one. Lovely. And then release. So making sure still that the hands are under the shoulders are hugging the body. Have a little wriggle if you need one. And then from here, maintaining neutral again through our spine, we're going to extend arm and opposite leg. We're then going to lift and lower. So with this, I use an exhale to lift and an inhale to lower. And we're looking for all 4 corners of the body to stay still and stable. Let's do 3 more here. And then last one, lift and hold. We're going to do 10 tiny pulses, so lifting up, 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 up again for 5, 4, 2 and 1. Let the hand and knee come back in. Again, check the shoulders are hugging the body, so realign yourself. Engage your core, reach arm and opposite leg away. From here we're going to gently lift and lower. So it's an exhale to lift, an inhale to lower. Keep reaching through the arm, keep reaching through the legs. Good, shoulders are square, hips are square, spine is elongated. And we're really looking for that stability in the spine. So what we don't want to see is kind of an arch and a relaxation of the body. We want to keep zipped up in our centre. And then lift and hold. And then we're going to go for 10 tiny pulses. So lifting up, up, up again. Good. And then when you reach your 10, we're going to sweep the arm in and the knee in, and then gently press back. So from here, we're going to just go through some shoulder rolls, just easing any tension that may have crept in out. And then we're going to organise our legs in like a mermaid position, as long as that feels okay for your hips. If not, you can always use a long frog, which might be more comfortable, or grab some cushions or whatever you need to make sure that you feel comfortable. Then from here, we're going to take the arms wide, allowing the shoulders to fall away from the ears. We're going to inhale and reach away from our legs. Get finding space. As you exhale, we're going to lift all the way up and over. And inhale to reach the other way. So it's a dynamic stretch, but we've still got control. We're not losing control. So keep it slow. Use the breath. Find as much length in the body as you can. And work with a range of movement that feels good for you. Good. Last one in both directions. And then take it over and hold just for a second or two. Good. And then release. Lovely. So let's switch our legs onto the other side. Good. Organising the legs in a position that works. So if you prefer, you can always have your long frog or a different position, cushions, as I already mentioned. So taking the arms wide, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to come away from the legs first of all. Inhale into that side reach. Good. And come all the way up and then over. Good. So moving in time with the breath. Take all the way over, shoulders away from the ears, lift all the way up. Inhale and then exhale, take it over. Good. So as you're moving, you're keeping it controlled, working with the maximum range of movement that you feel comfortable with, and you're supporting your spine in both directions. Good. Enjoying that stretch. Good. Let's go for one more in each direction. And then when you're ready, release and come back to the centre. So from here, we're going to just bring ourselves into a comfortable seated position. So you could cross your legs, you could kneel, you can have the legs outstretched if that works for your posture. And then we're going to make sure that the abdominals are active and we're in a neutral position. So the priority here is always the position of the pelvis, and then we work the rest of our position out from there. So making sure that the pelvis is in neutral, even weight in both sides of the sit bones. We're then going to reach through the arms and lift through the crown of the head, so like you're being stretched in all directions. We're then going to draw tiny circles around a pomegranate, really reaching through the arms, lifting through the crown of the head. Keep stretching the arms, trying to keep the body still and stable, the weight evenly placed in the pelvis. Really good. Keep it going. Lovely. Keep reaching, keep stretching the arms, keep lifting through the crown of the head. And then change direction when you're ready. So hopefully you'll begin to feel that your arms are active and working, and you're really elongating the arms, really toning the length of the arm. Keep stretching those shoulders down and back, reaching through the fingers. Good. And then we're going to pause and hold. Press the palms away from you and then press out. Good. Keep pressing. Fully extend those arms if you can. So find your maximum range of stretch. Keep it going. Keep lifting. Good. Stretching the back of the head and neck. Good. Making sure the pelvis and spine are still. Good. And then press away and hold. Take the palms down to the floor, lift through the crown of the head, and then take your ear to your shoulder. So finding a nice stretch in the side of the neck. Good. So just holding for about 3 rounds of breath. And then come back to the center. Keep pressing the palms away from you, and then take your ear over to the other shoulder. Good, just finding that nice side flexion of the neck. Nice stretch. And then when you've done about 3 rounds of breath there, come back to the center, release the hands. Let your hands make little kind of birdie shapes, and then we're going to mobilize the wrists to finish. Good, so working in both directions. Good. Circling the wrists. And then when you're ready, let your hands rest on your knees. Close your eyes, gently let your shoulders do a few rolls. Lovely. Thank you for joining me today. Well done, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.